TNA announces location for 2025 pay-per-view based on fan vote. Josh Alexander, contract update and future plans. Josh Alexander also talks about Joe Hendry's parody video of him and backstage reaction to the on-the-fly changes from Turning Point. Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of Sudden Impact, your premier destination for all news TNA wrestling. I'm John, and without further ado, let's get started. But first, are you liking this video? Want to see more? Then like, share, and subscribe to this channel. It's free and helps me produce more videos like this. Go ahead and do it so I can continue to bring you all the news from TNA wrestling. This is Sudden Impact. So our first story saw TNA announce the location of their pay-per-view based on the fan vote. And I'll read this tweet out, which was posted on X earlier this week. TNA is bringing big pay-per-view events to both Los Angeles and New York in 2025. So TNA Rebellion will be coming to the Galen Center, forgive my pronunciation for that, in LA on April 27, while TNA Slammiversary is coming to the UBS Arena in New York on July 20th. Plus, TNA Sacrifice is coming to the El Paso Community Coliseum on March 14 and March 15 for a set of Impact tapings as well. And also TNA is coming to the St. Joseph Civic Arena in St. Joseph, Missouri on March 28 and 29 for another set of Impact tapings. This is absolutely fantastic news and shows that people power has prevailed, with not only one pay-per-view being held in either city, but two pay-per-views being held in both cities. Plus, the Galen Center has a capacity of over 10,000 for basketball events, and the UBS Arena has a capacity of 19,000 for concerts and events. So it'll be exciting to see how many people attend both events. Now, tickets do go on sale for all of these events on December 20th, 2024. So just before Christmas. So if you're stuck with for Christmas ideas, just consider either getting some of those tickets that TNA is announcing and releasing. But if you're a TNA Plus subscriber, you get early access to those tickets on the 18th of December. Now, during an interview for the Insight with Chris Van Vliet podcast, Josh Alexander revealed that he will be a free agent on February 15, 2025, when his contract with TNA is set to expire. So TNA announced that they extended me. They put me on a one-year extension on February 14 last year into the free agency for the first time. This is a quote from Alexander on the podcast. Now, Alexander would reveal that he is feeling equal parts nervous and equal parts excited about going into the free agency. So he said, there is one end of the spectrum where nothing might come of this. You have to be realistic. I have a wife, kids, a house I pay for, and I can do wrestling because I love it, and it's all I've ever really done. Alexander would go on to say, I've done so much in TNA over the past 6 years, and I'm very grateful. Opportunities are one thing wrestlers and TNA has given me. I've also done everything and worked with the bulk of the wrestlers in the company. So it's all about what's going to get me excited beyond. While I do not like that Josh Alexander will not be re-signing with TNA, I can understand where he's coming from, as he said himself. He's done pretty much everything that there is to do in the company and work worked with pretty much everyone in the company as well. So he put the company on his shoulders during their darkest days and saw TNA through those tough times. He more than deserves to go somewhere where he can face newer challenges on a bigger stage. On to happier news about Josh Alexander, though. During that same interview with Chris Van Vliet, Alexander reflected on the part of Joe Hendry's parody video about him that nearly made him break character. So this is just a quote again. So I'd been ripping Joe apart on Twitter pretty heavily, just trolling him because I'm the wrestler's wrestler guy, right? So I'm like, this guy's the complete opposite of me. I'm just going to play this and lean into this. So he Joe put up a thing saying that his time in NXT had been great, talking about the training regime in the Performance Center. So at the next Impact set of tapings, he made a parody video of me calling me Kurt Angle from Wish, because I got stuck into him at before that set of tapings. I was going, and that had me biting my lip hard. I remember watching that live on Impact, and I burst out laughing at that line. And finally, some sad news about Hammerstone. He injured his knee at Turning Point during the Turkey Bowl match, and reports indicate that Brian Myers and John Schuyler were commended for thinking on the fly in terms of their ability to adapt to ensure that the match stayed on course. It's unfortunate that Hammerstone got injured because he was just starting to get into a groove with TNA, specifically because with his tag team with Jake something, and I could see that TNA were starting to get behind him again. But hopefully the injury is not too serious, and hopefully we see him again shortly after. So also, after making his debut for TNA at Turning Point, there is still no word on the status of Matt Riddle, who filled in for Trey Miguel, who had travel issues. So this is so I know that some people have differing views on Matt Riddle, so I will put it to you guys. Do you think that Riddle should be used in TNA more and eventually offered a contract? Let me know what you guys feel about that in the comment section down below. So that's all for this episode. Remember to like, share, and subscribe to this channel. Leave your comments down below and ring the bell for notifications on new videos. Until next time, I'm John, and this has been Sudden Impact.